All right, my volume's down
GMRS group.
because I was getting the echo back.
This is John at WRBW 501. Our group's
Thank you for everyone joining online. We got a couple new guys joining us here. We got Leroy and Rob, both local guys. We're torturing around. We also got Daryl and Josh and Tom in here, and Dave actually decided to join with us. He's just gone right now. He looks like a chair.
Wait, does that mean he's different now?
Well, I don't know. We'll let him see once he gets back.
467.625 megahertz.
This oceanside verbo is about to become the backdrop for an
462.625 megahertz. The BL known as 141.3 hertz. If you participated in our check-in within the past 4 weeks, your call time will be announced. When I do so, I'll pause for you to respond. Please include your name and
I always
location.
forget to open this.
I'll call for new, late, or missed stations once I've completed my list. I'll now begin our check-in.
John is awesome. He does the net every week.
WRFL 218, Unit 1, Doug.
Unit 2, Sandy from York Springs.
Oh, by the way, just on a side note, while I was waiting for this check-in, the Western PA net showed up, so I checked in for Cumberland County. So they heard me.
MRU 226.
Sweet. We actually have audio this time.
307.
Yeah, I checked that to make sure.
Hey, 307, Unit 1, Brian Ann.
Unit 2,
You mean you actually got something right?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, go figure.
That's because you're now a nice at level 3.
Uh-huh. Dude.
Hey, thank you. I heard you with there, Colton. Yes, thank you, Brian, Amanda, Colton, Garrett, and Leona. Good to hear from you. WQIX 334.
WQIX 334, Josh in Shippensburg.
Thank you,
We
Josh.
actually had Dave hold his mic up to the speakers and allowed me to talk through his radio through the Zoom to his radio and was able to check in.
I've done it over the phone before, too.
362.
Yeah. We get kind of creative with it.
That's how I checked in from California.
So, as they're going through doing the check-in, Leroy and Rob, are you guys got antennas up in the air or?
399.
You run a handheld?
WQQF 399, Unit 1 and Unit 2.
Handhelds. Like I said, I got the 5100 here, but I just have the antenna mounted on a plate. It's not that far in the air.
The 5100. I'm not familiar with that radio.
I'm not sure that's it. Yeah, he may not be able to do that.
The Dolphing's not even picking it up.
Oh.
QUD 427.
Oh, that's a nice. How do you like that radio?
I love it.
I
had it mounted in his truck before he got injured, and yeah, he would tool around town with it and be on it. That's when you guys are talking about N3KZ. He was actually the first one out of the two of us in the spring there to hook up with that. And we were talking to people all over Ohio, New Jersey, going up and down the turnpike. It was amazing.
That is a nice radio.
We weren't really sure what we were getting into with the whole D-Star thing and stuff, and we found out that all of those digital varieties are proprietary in their own world. You can't cross over or anything.
WQIC 490, Cars, Footer Township, Boston County. Good evening, John, and everyone on the net.
Sounds like we're not getting our interference tonight, so that's a good thing.
WQTX 504.
Normally by now, the people that have been checking in have not been able to when we have the clown on there that keeps keying up on the input frequency.
I guess maybe his batteries died.
Yeah.
Man, okay, so that
J532, Tim in Mechanicsburg. No comments first night.
Send and receive messages.
Yeah, this is actually good tonight.
Thanks for checking in.
Yeah.
That is an awesome radio.
Which one?
The 5100. I like that one.
WRCH 578.
That 5100 does cross banding too between 2 meter and 70 centimeter.
Thank
So
you,
you
Mike.
can use it as a repeater with a handheld.
RKK 590.
Oh, I got the same thing. I got the Anytone, the 578 UV Pro.
Yep.
Yeah, it does do the same thing.
So whenever I get the pennies or figure out how to make one,
Thanks for checking in.
I am putting a GMRS repeater up here in town.
WRJA
It'll
597.
be here in the house. It just
Why
it's
don't you
a-
put it on top of the courthouse like NK3Z is?
Is that where his is at?
Yeah, it's on top of the courthouse. Is that
Where I
tower?
go.
There's a tower on top of the courthouse, which I think the police and fire have their antennas up there.
Right.
And
Yeah.
NK3Z is run by Penn State Mount Alto.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they
I
have
looked it
stuff
up. That's how I learned that.
What's
yeah,
that?
I
Josh?
used to work there. I could say I used to work there. Stuff up there is labeled as Penn State. I was wondering what was there for. That was before I had my ham license. I've been on that roof.
I didn't realize it because
WRKB 658.
I can literally hit it from inside the house here with practically nothing on it.
61.
I can hit it from my basement with 1 watt.
Hey, you're still close enough, Josh.
Thank you for checking in.
Oh, it's going to make me be able to be alive.
WRDU 664.
Yeah, it's not going to work out tonight. I can literally see that tower from my back window.
MH 666.
If I could get a couple houses to move out of the way, it'd be in my backyard.
10-4.
That's why they have bulldozers.
IW
Have what?
673.
Bulldozers. And dynamite.
Yeah, but they kind of frown upon using that.
Good evening to all.
So are you guys looking to get into the HF realm?
WRKD
What's that?
710.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually?
We had he had found some plans to make a popular dual antenna we started working on.
What kind of antenna is it?
What's that thing called, Rob?
Upper J Paul.
WRMS 712, Tom from Shippensburg.
What? I lost my mouse.
WRJF
Under your hand.
728.
Did he get in?
Yeah.
728.
Okay.
Bobby and McKeesburg. Good evening.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I thought he called my call sign. When everybody's talking,
Yeah.
it's hard to hear the audio from God.
65.
John from Parksburg even made it in, and he's one of the furthest ones that always has an issue when someone's keying up, and he made it in without any issue.
WE
Clear as day.
86.
Maybe they got
See if-
bored with it.
So you guys are putting together a
James,
the dual band
James has
J pole. Is that you doing the copper edition or are you doing the aluminum?
Copper.
I tried doing a dual band. I think you can stack them, but they're kind of hard to do a dual bander.
Randy. WRHR
They're-
872.
They just want to be a monoband antenna. Now, what you can do is take 2 J poles, put them basically side by side on the same mount, and then split the coax between them. Electronic theory, or the path of least resistance, it will go to one or the other. Now, I've seen that done, but to keep them on one mast, they don't they don't really like to do it that well. At least the J pole.
FT-936.
Here's
that
my
should have
icon.
quite a few changes like now that everybody can get in.
FT-936. Christy Berlin.
You had to prove you had one, huh?
What's that?
You had to prove you had an Icom?
Yeah. I was trying to screw the other antenna into it, see if I could hear the repeater.
965.
Oh, I can actually hear that.
Roy DJ 976.
I'll have to try that, see if I can get in tonight. The leaves came back on the trees.
RFR 982.
I told you, dynamite and kerosene.
I cannot burn down half of Chambersburg. Trust me, if I
Wait,
hit Noose's food, I'm
no,
screwed.
wait a second. Wait a second. They did that once before, and it survived.
Good point. I don't want to be the one responsible for it.
Oh, come on. We'll just put a Confederate flag on your house, and we'll let it go from there.
That would like to check in.
Good. New later missed.
At this time.
Give it a shot.
In my pocket.
Come on, people, check in.
Two people at the same time there.
Okay, I got a 623 there. And I believe that was Bob in Harrisburg. And I'll need your call letters again. Thanks for checking in, Bob. If you could repeat your call sign, I'd appreciate it.
Let's see here. Of course, I'm not going to be able to share this. Right. Not with the live stream on. How about a 17-foot dual band antenna for about $100?
You're going to try to check in here, Jim?
Are we up to it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've been.
WRMU. I've got you there. WRM or WMRU 226. Thank you. Anybody else?
WRMR 424.
RFP 732, Mike in Emmitsburg.
I got you. I heard you on the input here.
Oh, you can actually hear me?
Hey, WRFT 732.
I have my other radio here on the
Mike,
input.
I've got you there.
Yeah, but somebody
Thank you
talked
very
over him. Try it again, Jim.
Anybody else?
Go.
WRMR 424.
John Union
Joe
Deposit.
talked over you.
You won't
WRMR.
need it now, but go ahead and try it in the next blank.
Thank you.
Don't wait so
Any other
Step on.
check-ins, new, late, or missed?
boom.
WRMR 424.
I'll try it. Go now.
WRMR 424.
Somebody else keyed up.
Yeah.
You're too slow, Jim.
Okay, Ryan.
I'm listening to the Zoom audio.
Anybody else? Go for it now, please.
Go.
WRMR 424.
Did he open it up, Josh?
WRMR 424.
Okay, well,
Nope.
we'll do that again.
He's coming
After
through
we
on the
do our
input,
round of
but I'm not
comments,
getting him. He's
this
not
evening.
making it to the repeater.
And
Yeah,
He's
that
only-
sucks.
You're only breaking my squelch on the input too. You're not even.
WRFL 218. You have any comments?
I'll get something figured out.
WSL
There's a big ridge in between us.
We had
Leroy and Rob, did you take a look at the antenna that I linked you?
weather was great, really.
That's
Really good
the
weather.
big one. That's the
You like this one.
1481.
Last night we were on our way home from Mount Holly,
Too.
and
Be a lot to
baby black bear almost ran out in front of
Dave, you gotta get a little bit closer.
To what?
Can't hear you.
Gone.
You can't.
Hey, Cat, and seeing a black bear.
Yeah,
You-
but
you're
you know what?
fighting in between Josh and you.
Might have been blowing over your
Audio.
microphone.
Okay, all right, yeah. I don't have. Yeah.
Cheap.
Right.
We'll try that one again.
So those two antennas are really good. It does kind of take out the fun of building your own. Like, don't not build your own.
In fact, I take it in for inspection
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but they're not for good for GRMS.
They do work. That's what's up
Yeah,
top.
well, they're
they do.
just outside of the band.
All right.
They have very low
in,
SWR
Big
still on those
Harrystown, I believe.
frequencies.
WMRU 226. Your comments, if any, this evening.
Yeah,
that-
the tram and the what's
That
the other
Tram
one?
14. Is that the 1480, Jim?
I put both of them on there.
Yeah,
1480 and the
the
1481.
I'm using
yeah, the 1480 is
X510.
17.
Hey, well, who might that be? Can they get on with you there?
Yeah, the 1481 I think is the 17-foot one, and does work with GMRS. It has like a 1.5 is the highest for GMRS because that's what Bob uses on when we go. He uses that for GMRS and his ham stuff. He hooks both to it.
And Brian, WREK
And the antenna that's on my roof here is the Tram 1480, the smaller version, like 8-foot version. That's what I have up on my tower here.
I think if I get the 17-foot, I'll be above the trees.
I don't think we got more than a second and a half of rain the whole time.
I'm sitting about 5 foot away from the bottom or the top of them.
Trip of the year, we have a
And that's
couple
with the
more
1480.
2 or 3 nighters coming up, but that's it.
No,
We really
like I
hit
said,
the
that's just a commercial one. It's a lot cheaper than what the Diamond and stuff are.
over here to go find
The Diamond and the Comet.
What's that?
take advantage of
The Comet also.
Yeah, they're really nice antennas. The commercial grade is really extremely nice, but they're expensive, and they kind of take out the fun of it. You got to experiment around. You know, there's so many different designs and stuff.
With Antron 99 on it.
What is it?
I got a CV with an Antron Solarcon Antron A99. It's up on the chimney. That's a 18-footer.
18-foot.
Not a whole lot. Glad to be back home from vacation.
And you said
that's
that's
CV.
Okay. Well,
still had very little.
We were truck drivers for years, so we started with CVs.
And cell phone issues while we were down there. But,
well, the cool thing with the CB antenna, if you have a tuner and it's close enough, you can tune it with an antenna tuner and make it work on 10 meters. What's that?
Then I'm at town next week for work, and then
10 meters. There you go. And you guys have privileges on there.
Over there.
Yeah, so, very narrow.
So,
if you look at all the bands, they're only, you know, they're not that wide. It's a small group, but you're only dealing with the 3 kilohertz signal. So it's a small portion, but it's way big when you're talking only 3 kilohertz.
All you guys that
you
went
know.
down to Tennessee. What was happening down there? Was it a huge ham fest or something?
There wasn't one in Tennessee that I'm aware of. There was one in Berryville on Sunday in Virginia, but I don't think there was none down there that I knew of in Tennessee. That was just a vacation.
Oh, cool.
Fun vacation.
Thank you. Thanks, Josh. Let's see. Tom, WQF-399. You have any comments
Different
for us?
Tom.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, I heard that when I came back in. I was like, nope, good.
Comment. For some reason, my signal
Is that CB
low.
antenna? Is that vertical?
You're very low. I don't know why. Oh,
Have you
well.
ever stuck an analyzer on it? See what it would do.
No. I don't even own an analyzer.
Hey, Tom. Good luck on
Nano
your
VNAs.
investigation there.
I don't know how well you can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
This thing is awesome. You can get them on Amazon for about 50, 60 bucks. There's so many different kinds of it. Hook it to the antenna, and it's a spectrum analyzer. It will tell you what the, basically all the measurements of it, but more importantly, it will tell you what the SWR and the impedance of the antenna at a certain frequency. So you can take that CB antenna, put this thing on it, and see everything that it actually tunes to. The trick with antennas is antennas are resonant somewhere, just a matter of where. Every antenna will resonate somewhere. It's just, you know, whether it's in an area that you want it to resonate in.
Which is why when I built a long wire antenna, which is what they call it, and you put a 9-to-1 balun at the back end of it to sync it, that antenna will resonate across almost all the bands, all the way up to 160. And again, what it does, it's if you think about an antenna, it's the length of wire. And the frequency varies up and down across the antenna, depending upon the frequency. If you have a long wire antenna, you're going to get multiple frequencies that it'll be resonant on.
John and everyone on the net. Thanks for taking the net, John.
$60.
Great job as always.
The big one is $60.
Today,
10 kilohertz to 1.5 gigahertz.
Yeah, I don't think I'm up to that one. I had the lower one than that.
They're going to be doing that.
Well, they even have one that do 50 kilohertz to 3 gigahertz with.
I've worked with a little bit, but it's been a while. So hopefully that all goes well tomorrow. I'm wishing you all a good health and a good evening. USF FT-890.
This right here, this was a game changer for me.
Well, we all nervous
when I started with antennas.
But
Because I used to have to take and transmit, and then your range that you can only see is only as good as what your radio will transmit and your SWR meter will pick up. This literally will sweep the entire RF spectrum all the way up to 1.5 gigahertz. I think mine will actually do 2.4. I forget the exact what it will do.
Haven't had a chance to play around with it yet.
No, it'll do 1.5. 50K to 1.5. So it does the entire HF portion plus all the way to way high in the gigahertz range than what I have.
Not all I have, so send it back to you, John. WRCH 578.
Hey, if you guys want to talk gigahertz, there are some interesting projects down there with Hamnet. That's pretty
like
cool.
a pretty narrow band there.
You can put the BAT-K phone in there with an access point, hook into it, and run a SIP connection. And tie it to a huge ham telephone network.
WRCD 627, David Raw Lake. Yeah, no, you know what?
So I linked it down there. Are you guys seeing the chat windows come up?
I walked in and it was like
that link did really
right now.
What's that?
You know,
I'm looking at Amazon right now with that thing.
Yeah. Like I said, this thing is a game changer. There's a little bit of a setup procedure on getting it going. But once you have it set up and good, it is awesome piece of equipment. It is priceless. You can go buy one of the rig experts for, you know, what,
couple of
$100, and that's for a cheap one. And then MFJ has the analyzer that just gives you dip needles for like what, $300-400. There was a guy at the Hamfest that was selling it was worth it. It was a Fluke Spectrum analyzer for $900. If I had $900, I would have bought it. That thing, boy, that was nice.
If that man had accepted a credit card, I'd have had a new radio. Damn it.
But when you're building this stuff and you need something easy to take, this is all it is. I mean, you can see my hand; it's no bigger than my hand. And
right here.
Yeah, Daryl's used it. We've got him hooked up with it.
Thanks a lot.
And it allows you to see the whole antenna where it's resonant at. And then just a little calculation in your head, you know, to lengthen it or shorten it or adjust it up and down. And you can sit there and tap with it up and down, and you don't have to keep transmitting on it.
Thank you, Jim, for setting up for me.
What's that?
Thank you for setting up for me.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a little bit of a setup just to get it right. If you've never worked with an oscilloscope, it can be kind of difficult. But man, it's a game changer. And you know, if you can spare it, if you do order one, it comes with the SMA adapters, the little tiny ones that the handheld uses. They're okay, but they're not that durable. So there's a couple adapters that I found that I need to actually order for this to switch it over from the SMA to a PL259 or to, you know, whatever connector you're using. Or as Dave got me onto, the SMA to BNC. This thing is incredible. The SMA, the SMA connector is junk. I hate that thing, but it works good into what I think 10 gigahertz. So with the handheld antenna, it's great. But then, like you order.
Probably want to hear about the next cookout here, Jim.
You order this.
We stayed
Or
in Sevierville. We went down
After
to
she's done talking about vacation, we're probably going to hear about the cookout.
Gatlinburg. We walked the whole Gatlinburg. It was really nice. It was hot.
6 to 12
We
gigahertz,
went to the cave.
depending upon the manufacturer.
Over and all, we had a blast. I mean, I wish we could have stayed longer, but we're not old enough to retire yet.
None of us. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
They're not old farts yet.
Don't forget the cookout on the 15th.
I'm a halfway old fart.
I'll give you the address because I don't remember it. It's at 2 o'clock. I think we're going to have spaghetti, so come with an empty belly. And don't forget the Facebook page. It's South Central PA GMRS group.
Is it at the tower?
Yes. Anybody that needs it, the address for the tower site is 1 Tower Road, Mount Holly Springs.
Again, that's wonderful. And I can just envision.
Don't take a car there.
Done the walk that you guys done.
If you got a car, let one of us know. We'll get you in the rest of the way. Small SUV can make it just fine. No problem.
Oh, is that anything like going down the roads to the range like I did today?
Probably.
And I'm good to go.
It's all good till the last what we say, 3/4 of a mile, and it turns into nothing but rocks. Literally.
Oh, I got no problem with that. Jimmy will handle that great.
A car will make it, but you want to get a little bit more ground.
You're liable to leave your part of your oil pan.
Yeah.
Right with a car.
So I have this PL259. I'm sorry, SO239. And Tom, I got something else to tell you too. With the SMA, and so it would screw into the radio, and I have the couple adapters that attaches to this thing. This pigtail is great, but it is crap. It literally fell apart. So I tried.
You're just too manly for it. That's your problem.
So, like I said, Dave turned me on to these little guys.
He's never heard that.
I'm ignoring. and they threw right into the radio, give you a nice good BNC connector, and this thing is a game changer.
But why do you need BNC when SO239s are the standard?
Well, okay, the kind of funny thing is.
I asked a question, Tom. I said the same thing.
Because a BNC is good to about 6 gigahertz, and an SO239 is good to about, well, actually about 350. Why in the world they put them on antennas and radios for GMRS and the 70 centimeter band? I got no clue.
And he's only using it on a handheld, so it's not going to be that big a deal because your handheld. What?
Well, yeah, but he needs a decent connector if he's coming in and out of the VNA.
Yeah.
You don't want anything reflecting crap that, simply because it's a cheapy little connector.
Jim, a hard time.
Good evening to you too.
Can you turn your mic input volume up any, Josh?
Oh, I'm only halfway. I can go a lot louder.
Yeah, go up a bit.
Yeah, because I'm missing the call.
Oh, much better. Much better.
Yeah, and knock the bass down and put the treble up.
Yeah, that was you he just called for, Tom. But you missed it now.
Oh, well.
He's on to the next one.
Whoops.
I'm not worried about it. I didn't have anything to tell him anyway. Except for Jim's,
Jim can't spell. Pitter patter.
At least not Yeasu.
Jim can't spell.
I can spell it.
T-I?
T-I?
IT.
But you're not an IT professional.
I was at one point in life.
Oh, but that's like me. I was nice at level 4 at one point in my life too.
I'm also an ex-plumber. Just watch him bend down and pick something up.
Oh no, thank you, please. We've been there before. Oh God, that's a sight you don't want to see.
I'm reminded of a story of when we were coming back through.
Okay, Bobby, thank you. Mike in Emmitsburg, WRFT.
I can't think of the name. Monalto. We'll have to bring that one up later.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, John. Not a lot going on
I'm
here.
losing my train of thought.
Yeah.
Tom, you told me at the Hamfest that those connectors, that SO239, wouldn't fit on a PL259. And I'm like,
I wasn't sure.
I'm like, oh yeah, it is a little bit bigger. Dawn on me, no, it was the right connector. The PL259 and the SO239 is the same thing. They're just different, opposite sides.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I looked at them 3 times and I swore it was bigger than. I thought the internal connector, the internal piece, was slightly larger, and that's why I was like, eh.
I didn't think about it, but yeah, it is the PL259 and the SO239.
Okay.
I'm sure there's probably some rhyme or reason behind
why the difference in the numbers.
Yeah, I'm sure it's some type of model number or something. I don't know. I can look it up sometime if you're interested, but I'm pretty sure we're just good with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can say I'm sitting outside here. It's beautiful weather out.
I think this is the first I've heard James on here in quite a while. He hasn't been able to get in.
I heard it's supposed to come to an end by the end of the week.
Curly?
Yeah.
But anyway, one
he's
thing, John,
with the internet. He's had trouble getting in.
It's kind of ham radio related. Is I saw a post on Facebook. The AM digital.
When you get crazy.
I got a Stangian HDR-8. It's a HD FM and HD AM radio, and there's a station down in Frederick, 820 AM, that broadcasts in AM digital, and I tell you, the sound is superior.
If you like building antennas,
I've been spinning around the dial.
This is one that you guys could put together.
Other AM digital stations.
This thing
let me
is
get a nickel.
It's a 4-element cubicle quad. Direct feed.
And 1010 wind.
You can set it for horizontal or vertically polarized, depending on what you want to operate with. It's a directional antenna, and it works pretty good.
Light on, so it's trying to pull in.
If you're interested in how this thing goes together, let me know.
Now, hey, Jim. Now, with the mount that you bought at the Hamfest in Chambersburg, and if you put that up on your roof with a rotor on it, because that mount will work on your roof if you do it right, you can turn around and turn that antenna to Mount Holly, and I guarantee you hit it.
Nope. I had this up there originally.
We're doing great.
Yeah, he's tried that.
There's another thing to this.
I think it's just he's not meant to hit the repeater. That's all. They have him blocked. They see that call sign coming in and they go, nope, not you.
On radio.
Hey, Jim,
Tom, you gotta quit saying that. He's going to find our jammer.
There you go.
This
This is the one he tried.
This is a commercial antenna. Dave, you can tell me a little bit more about it.
I don't know. I bought it. That's all.
That's what I have sitting in my app pointed at Mount Holly.
Right. Yeah, and it's a commercial antenna, and it's set up for right at very close to the GMRS, if not dead. And somebody had like what 5 or 6 of them, and I bought it at the Hamfest when we did our ham test.
Yeah, we got it off of Steve there. Just got a good deal on him when he ordered them. Yeah, and I got one just because we had an extra one.
And probably has about 11 dB gain.
Yeah.
So you'd think it would do good, but he must have.
Oh, Jim's pulling out his pole.
Pointed at the water tower. Bounce off of that.
Yeah, I don't have a rotor up yet because I wanted to get my other tower put up and then put the rotor on top of that. And I have a 2-meter beam, centimeter beam, so I wanted to put those on top of the other tower on the rotor. But I just haven't gotten them up yet. So for the time being, that beam that's just laying across the rafters in my attic, pointed in the general direction of Mount Holly.
And how far is Jim away from you?
But I picked this up
He's maybe about
25 miles. No,
no, it's only about 10.
Yeah,
10,
about
11
10
miles.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was closer to you.
No, he's in Chambersburg. He's in that Vile town
Yeah,
down there.
he's not far from the hospital actually there.
Yeah.
Well,
So if you know where the Chambersburg Hospital is, he's not far from there.
Yeah, he needs to be close to the hospital due to the fact that he's accident prone.
I'm stuck beside the big noise thing that way, and I'm stuck beside a bigger noise thing that way.
Well, on my screen, you just pointed to Dave and Tom.
That's about the right size of it. I can make a lot of noise if he wants me to.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't key up, and I just watch the, if I had needle meters, they would probably bend it.
Well, and it's funny though, because you and I can talk back and forth on 5 watts with at least a 3 or 4 on the S meter of us talking simplex. 2 meter, 70 centimeter, getting a 1 on the S meter back and forth on like 5 watts.
Getting eggs like crazy.
Right.
So it's just not enough for you to get them out hollow.
Why don't you set him up with a gateway, a repeater?
I can't hear you.
Using one of these.
You're real quiet, Dave.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you. You're real quiet.
Hang on, I'll look at mine.
Not miss the check-in.
Yeah, you're coming through, but it's just real quiet.
When that happens, when you fall asleep like that, man, you're throwing logs, It was a real good deep sleep, and
any better?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. Whoa, hello, hi Dave.
I had it on automatic, but you'd think that would have done it. Anyway, why don't you set them up with one of these up in your attic, and you can
you're hardly doing anything at all.
Well, if I could crossband repeat with something other than some other frequencies with GMRS, that would work.
We need to build a duplexer.
Well, I do happen to know someone who has done that before, using the merge frequencies and GMR. Yeah, he did it and then forgot he did it and left his handheld hanging there at his house, and was like 7 miles away talking to his handheld and going into the Mount Holly repeater.
Is that Bob?
No.
We are going to have to look at a remote site.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Frankly, I think we should definitely get a way at least to get in on it, or something like that.
Well, if we put so let's think about
the
this.
tower up, we can put a repeater up here.
Well, I'm just gonna say, if we put a repeater here in Shippensburg, wouldn't Jim be able to use that to hit Mount Holly?
I know of a nice repeater that could use to come down off the hill and be utilized, maybe a little bit better.
Hey, Jim, in your travels, if you go up Route 74, up towards the mountain up there, there's a site up there. It's kind of fenced in, but that's okay. If you go in that shack, I guarantee you that there's some equipment you could use and borrow.
Is that the one behind the fence that says "Do not enter"?
That's only words. Don't worry about them. By the way, you can jam the camera feed too. Oh, wait.
Josh has a repeater you could loan you.
Yeah. Real nice one too.
It's a little tune-up, but other than that.
GPS, it's 1 Tower Road, TOWER, 1 Tower Road, Mount Holly Springs, and that zip code is 170.
Wrapping up the net here.
Okay, the repeater is now going to be returned to its normal use. This is John Riddlesberger, WRBW 501. Again, thanks everybody, and have a good and productive week.
Wow, that was a good net.
Yeah, that was quite
I mean,
as long as
last
nobody's
night-
had in a while.
Yeah, last week was like, forget about it. This was good. Everybody got through.
Well, hey, everyone that's online watching, everyone that's going to be on there watching, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week. 7-3s, good evening, and you guys have a wonderful night. If you guys want to say
73.
Yeah, 73. How many people were on today, do you know?
For the net or?
Yeah, on
We had
YouTube.
about 7 to 8.
7 on YouTube.
Depending. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Just
I
about.
think my brother dropped out before we got to YouTube, but.
All right, YouTube, take it easy.